Welcome back. We're getting ready to go again once again back into the book of Jubilees. This time we're going to do chapter 9, and once again it'll be read from the Ethiopian Bible in English. Chapter 9 from the book of Jubilees. Ham divided the land among his sons. The first portion was allotted to Cush toward the east, followed westward by Mizraim, then Put, and finally Canaan, furthest to the west. Shem likewise divided his inheritance among his sons. The first portion went to Elam and his descendants, stretching east of the Tigris River as far as the easternmost regions of India. The second portion was assigned to Ashur, which included all the land of Assyria, Nineveh, Shinar, and extended to the border of India. Al-Hashah was allotted the third portion, the entire land of the Chaldeans, located east of the Euphrates River, stretching to the Red Sea, including the desert waters near the tongue of the sea, facing Egypt, as well as all the regions of Lebanon, Shinar, Sanir, and Al-Ana, Ana, extending up to the border of the Euphrates. The fourth portion went to Aram, covering all the Mesopotamia, situated between the Tigris and the Euphrates, north of the Chaldeans. The fifth portion was given to Lud, Lud, comprising the mountains of Ashur and all their territory, stretching to the great sea and extending eastward to the land of his brother Ashur. Jaffa also divided the land among his sons. The first portion was given to Gomer, extending eastward from the northern region to the river Hina, and for Magog came the second portion, all the inner parts of the north until it reaches to the sea of M-E'-At, and for Madai the third portion, all the mountains of Quelt toward the north to the sea of At. And Javan received the fourth portion, every island and the lands bordering the sea and those toward the west, and Tubal received the fifth portion between the tongue of the sea that reaches to the portion of Ham and the part of his brother to the west. And Meshech received the sixth portion, all the high mountains toward the north of the sea of At, and all the land of the east of it, and Tyrus received the seventh portion. Four great islands in the midst of the sea, which reach to the portion of Ham, and are known as the lands of the sons of Tyrus. These are the sons of Noah and their generation and their divisions, and they took possession of the earth, each according to his lot, which had been granted to them and to their sons forever. And they began to build cities and to make themselves idols and molten images, and each of them went astray, and their children after them. And the Lord scattered them over the face of the earth, and they were divided into nations and languages. And these are the names of the sons of Noah: Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their sons were born after the flood. Chapter 9 continues the theological geography laid out in the previous chapter, but shifts from Noah's generation to his sons' descendants. Here the map of sacred inheritance becomes more detailed. Each son of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, divides his assigned territory among his own sons, extending the divine blueprint to the third generation. The precision in these divisions is intentional. Jubilees is not simply listing lands, it is preserving a divine pattern of order. Boundaries are drawn not according to conquest or exploration, but by lineage and covenant. The emphasis is not on who took the land, but on who was given what by divine decree. But a subtle shift emerges after describing the distribution. The tone changes. Cities are built, idols are formed, a slow unraveling begins. What began as sacred assignment deteriorates into spiritual forgetfulness. The text makes clear idolatry doesn't begin with rejection, it begins with settling without reverence. The division of language and nations typically associated with the Tower of Babel is here framed as a divine response to moral drift. As each family line receives land, it also receives responsibility. And when that responsibility is abandoned, diversity becomes dispersion. Dispersion. Nations, dispersion. Nations spread out not as a blessing, but as consequences. Chapter 9 quietly poses a question: what do you do with what you've inherited? For the sons of Noah, receiving land was not just a right, it was a spiritual trust, and when trust turns to self-interest, the memory of the covenant begins to fade. This was chapter 9, once again read out of the book of Jubilees from the Ethiopian Bible in English. This was chapter 9 of the book of Jubilees.